Okay, the point of this video is just talk about some things that might be helpful if you own an Ecobost or you're thinking about getting a Ford F-150 Ecobost. I have a 3.5 liter Ecobost in a 2013 crew cab with a short box 4-wheel drive. This is my second Ecobost. I had a 2013 Ecobost super cab that I bought brand new years ago. Well, the cool thing about the Ecobost is they have acceleration when you're unloaded for an empty truck, nearly like a new diesel truck. I'm talking within 2 or 3 tenths of a second, 0 to 60. And in some cases, these trucks are faster, depending on which new diesel you're comparing it to. Pulling, no, of course they don't compare to a new 30,000 pound truck that can pull 30,000 pounds. How much can these trucks pull? Well, they can pull, they're rated to pull 10 or 11,000 pounds. Some of them, most of them, the way they're optioned and tired up, is the max is around 9,000 pounds. But anyway, they pull really good, especially if you pull less than 5,000 pounds. They pull like an old diesel. What do I mean when I say older diesel? Referential? Well, I mean like a 7.3. They pull the load like a 7.3. No, they're not going to get your 12 miles per gallon that a 7.3 might get you pulling, or 13 miles per gallon. I had a 7.3. I pulled every day with it. But they will get you 9.5, 10 miles per gallon pulling a load, and they'll do it with less expensive fuel. And they'll do it quietly, and then when you unload the truck, they totally out accelerate those old diesels, those old late 90s, mid 90s diesels, and with less maintenance. But the real purpose of this video is issues with the Ecobost. The interesting thing, the issues I've had, I hear all these posts, oh, I don't want an Ecobost, they're gonna have bad turbo and all this. I've never even all the mechanics I've talked to said they've never even seen a bad turbo on an Ecobost. But the problems I have are pretty minor, but they affect the way the truck performs. The problem is they don't affect the way the truck performs enough for some people to even notice, and sometimes they don't even trigger a check engine light. Well, what'll happen typically is if you track your fuel mileage, if you see a 20% drop in fuel mileage with your Ecobost, you have a problem. You have a sensor that's bad, or it could be an O2 sensor that's bad. And typically what's going on is your truck is running rich. But because these trucks have so much power, if you're not super familiar with this motor, it'll still feel fine. It'll still pull your trailer fine. You'll just notice you just lost 20% of your mileage. There's another problem these motors have. I think it costs $80 for the part and labor. It's some type of inlet valve. I'll have to check this out for you on the notes. And I had that done recently, and that's a common problem. O2 sensors are somewhat of a common problem, but I've had real good luck with these engines, to the point where I bought a 2018 F-150 last year. I went to the normally aspirated motor because I didn't have a lot of money. I bought the base V6. I liked that a lot, but after driving that a year, I went back to an Ecobost, and I went back to the older body style. The build quality is better on the 2010 through 2014. The seats are more comfortable too. There's a lot of things that are better about those older trucks. The brakes are not one of them, and you give up that locking tailgate. But anyway, thank you, and I'm interested to see your comments, your experiences.